Hey, and welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as my friends over at yarnspirations.com. Week number 1 as our Better Together Afghan gets kicked off today. This part of the project was a combination of both Jeanne and I. Originally, I came up with the concept, but my stitches weren't working and it wasn't sitting flat. So Jeanne says, give it to her, she'll fix it, and she did. So we got ourselves off to a great start, and I couldn't have done it without her. So it's the push and pull with Jeanne and I as we work better together, and let's head on into the studio right now and let's get started.
So welcome to the studio. I'm your host Mikey, and I'm one of the designers of this. My other designer is Jeanne, and we're good friends, and we're also team members of the Crochet Crowd. We'd also like to acknowledge Svetlana. She put in a lot of time to help us get through this pattern in order just to break it down so that it can look as fabulous as this, as well as the digital team at Yarnspirations for helping us to bring all of this particular stitch along together. Okay. So let's get right into it. You will notice the abbreviations. They're for the entire project itself, so you may see stuff in week number 1 that is here, but it's actually not done in the particular instructions. So this is going to be for everything. So page 1 and 2 has a bit of that. Also, we noticed for last stitch alongs that we have is that people want the sizes of where they are just roughly dimensional wise. So it's a question that we know you're going to ask, so we have provided that information for you. And then we get started on week number 1. So this is kind of our goal for week number 1, so you have this done. And this was designed by both Jeanne and I. We both had input throughout the whole thing, and sometimes one of us took over a section, the other times that we worked together in order to have it to be cohesive. So this is week number 1, and as you go through the instructions, you just check. We left some tips in here that will help you to be able to get through, so you'll see tip where there's an opportunity. So Svetlana helped us convert this pattern into a crochet diagram that you'll see here. Everything in this stitch key matches what you see here. So this is our goal for week number 1. I'd also recommend that we do a stitching gauge right off the bat, and you will notice that the gauge information here's here, 12 single crochets and 13 rows, so you just have to do that. We also have videos on how to do gauging if that's something that's new for you. So we're going to get ourselves started into week number 1, and without further ado, let's head right on into the instructions. If you would like to follow along with that diagram, that you can do so, and everything should be good. If you have any comments to leave for us, please leave it on this video, and we will circle back, and we will try our best to answer all your questions here as well as on Facebook. As we begin to work on our instructions, you will notice that we are going to travel in a counterclockwise condition as we're going all the way around this thing. And the reason why we know that is that see this stitch, slip stitch right here, that's a period. And if you're not sure, look at all the abbreviations here and just match the shape. And so because the slip stitch here is on the right hand side, the chaining of anything becomes the first part of the instructions. So chaining of 3 and then 4 double crochets into this chain 6 loop. So you'll notice that when we follow it, we'll be following in this direction. So the whole thing is going to be like that. There are some exceptions, and you will see this into later weeks where we have to turn our project and go in the opposite direction, and when we turn our project we turn it upside down. So what you're looking at right now for week number 1 is the right side of the project. So it's the good side when you're working your way through it. Let's grab our hook and begin. As we begin the Better Together Afghan, a couple tips that I'll have for you. What I would recommend is that choose your colors and then write the color letter on the label itself. This will help you in the future when you're going to just quickly just change out your yarns. You can verify that without having to read the instructions. So when it says to chain to B or change to B, then you can just look for the B label. So I have all my yarn labeled up. I got 2 balls of every color. There's 4 colors, and Daniel selected these, and I am using Bernat Premium yarn for this particular example. So we're going to be using a 5.5mm size I crochet hook today. The gauge is listed on the pattern. There's also diagrams available to you, and we're going to start off with round number 1. So let's begin. Let's begin round number 1 starting with a slip knot on the hook with color A. You're going to chain 3, and this will not count as a stitch. It's just a filler. And you're in the 3rd chain from the hook. You're going to place 16 double crochets in that one. So let's just count those out. So we'll have 1 and 2 and do that until there's 16. Once you have your 16 on there, so when you count, don't count that chain 3. It's just a filler, and I want you to join it to the top of the first double crochet. I'm going to show you how to fasten off. We are going to fasten off, so each time you do it, I'm recommending that you use a tapestry needle. It'll help you not to have any tails falling out of your project. So just pulling it through, like that, and then just put this onto a tapestry needle. It just takes a few moments, and it saves the project later in the future for any tails that are coming out. So just turn it over to the back side, to the wrong side, and just glide it through just in the back. Don't let that needle hit the front side at all, and just go through once and twice and 3 times as a charm. So when I say fasten off or break, what I want you to do is just to take it easy and do this kind of concept, and then you can get rid of the tails. If you went over the top edge or top tail as you went around, then good, you can snip that. If not, just take your tapestry needle and to weave it in. So there is the beginning round. Just kind of shift things, and let's begin round number 2. Let's begin round number 2. Taking the new color, you can go on to any one that you wish and just attach. Do a standing single crochet. So you can attach chain one single crochet, but if you put it onto the hook right now and pull through, and then pull through 2, that's a standing single crochet. It ends up looking much better. So you want to do 1 single crochet in each of the stitches going around. So if there was 16 double crochets that went around, there should only be 16 single crochets. I want to give you a little tip. Right where you join creates this extra ugly space, and the way to get rid of that space is to do a cheating technique. This is how you do it. Go into the space itself and go in, pull through and hold it, and then go into the top of the real stitch that you have. It may be a little tight because we just did some sewing. And once you have that in there, just pull through all 3 loops, and that fills in that space, and then you can keep moving around so that you can have a really good look, and it looks more finished as well. So continue to do 1 single crochet in each, going all the way around. When you come all the way around, I do want you to verify, and I have verified. It looks like it's buckling. That's normal. And then I want you to slip stitch. So make sure there is 16 only. Slip stitch to the top at the beginning, but do not fasten off, and let's move on to round number 3. Let's move along to round number 3. We're gonna chain 1 and single crochet in the same stitch, and then we're gonna single crochet in the next stitch. And here's the repeat pattern as we're going around. You're now going to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then in the very next stitch you're gonna single crochet that one and into the next one as well. So there's gonna be 2 single crochets that separate these chain 6 spaces. So chain 6 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, come into the next stitch, single crochet, and single crochet the next one, and do that all the way around. You should have 8 of these chain 6 spaces with 2 single crochets that separate them, and I'll see at the end of round number 3. When you get all the way around, the last section is chain 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then slip stitch to the first single crochet, and that'll complete off that one that you have. So let's now move on, and we are now going to fasten this off, and I'll see you on round number 4 with the color C. Let's begin round number 4. I want you just to grab a chain 6 space, and I want you to attach with a slip stitch and chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. So just kind of move it down. So just kind of shift it. You went around the chain, so you should be able to do that. Go up and over top of this starting straggler, and I want you to put in 4 more double crochets. So chain 3 plus the 4 double crochets give you the answer of 5 double crochet, because chain 3 equals a double crochet. Once you have that done, you are then going to just put that straggler aside, and I want you to go down in between the space that you have right here, and you're gonna treble. So you just wrap the hook and go into the space between the 2 single crochets right there, and then come back up, and then in the next chain 6 space you are going to apply 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then treble into the space between the 2 single crochets, and I want you to do that all the way around, and I'll see you at the end of this round. This is round number 4. When you get all the way around, don't forget that last treble that goes down in between, and then you're just going to join to the beginning, top of the beginning chain 3, and then that's it. Fasten this off and we'll begin round number 5 with the color D. Let's begin round number 5 with the color D. Now attach to the beginning one of a double crochet in the shell work. I always like changing the location of where these slip stitches are when you go to start, because then you don't end up with a solid line going through your project of where all the slip stitching is. So just choose any one of the beginning double crochets of a shell, and we are going to attach and chain 3, which will count as a double crochet. So 1, 2 and 3. The same one we want to apply another double crochet in, and here's the repeat pattern going all the way around. The next 3 in a row will each be a double crochet. So 1, 2 and 3, and then the next one will starting of the new repeat again. So it's gonna be 2 double crochets in this one. So we have 1 and 2, and then the next 3 are by themselves. So 1, 2 and 3, and I want you to repeat that going all the way around. So 2 into the next, then 3 on its own, 2 into the next, 3 on its own. This is round number 5. I'll see you at the end of this round. When you get all the way around, the last 3 will be 1 double crochet, and that's just because you're keeping the right count. And we are going to get rid of this color for round number 5. Join it to the top of the chain 3, fasten this off, and let's move on to round number 6. Let's move back to the color A for round number 6. Again, I like to attach somewhere new other than where I had just started, as you see. So I'm just gonna attach right here. No rhyme or reason, just doing it just to change the line. So 1, 2, 3, and double crochet into the same stitch. And now this time it's just a expansion round, so the next 4 in a row will each be 1 double. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then the next one that you will have will be 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2, and then continuing along. So 4 on its own, and then 2, 4 and 2. Please do that all the way around. I'll see you at the end of round number 6. Coming up to the end of round number 6, and there's 4 doubles in a row, and it's just a matter of keeping count. Just join it to the top of the chain 3, and then you're then going to get rid of this and move on to round number 7, which will be the color B. Let's move on to round number 7 using the color B, and we're going to just attach anywhere you want to. And it's another expansion round, but it's not double crochet, it's single. So start with the standing single. If you don't like that, just attach chain 1 and single crochet in the first, or just do a standing single crochet and that counts as one of them, and do another standing single crochet into the same one. So this time there's gonna be 5 stitches in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then the next one has 2 in there. Okay, so the repeat pattern is 2 into this one here that you just did, and then 5, 2 and 5. Do this all the way around round number 7. Once you get to the end of round number 7, you have 5 in a row. Just slip stitch, but do not fasten off. We're gonna begin round number 8, which is going to allow us to transition to a square. We're now gonna start transitioning to a square. To do this, we have to consider the heights of the stitches when they're doing this. So we want to be really small in the height here, but then when it gets to a corner area you want it to expand out, so we have to watch that. So let's begin. We're gonna go nice and slow. Chain 1 and single crochet into the same one. That will count as one of 8. So just say that's 8, or sorry, that's 1 of 8. So 1 and single crochet the next, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And once you have that 8 done, we would now want to get taller. So think about it, this is the very top, so we want to get taller to compensate how it's starting to curve around. So the next 3 will be a half double crochet. So we're gonna say 1, 2 and 3. So you see it got a little taller, and now the next 3 are going to be a double crochet. So 1, 2 and 3. See, a little more taller. And now the next one is going to be a corner. So the corners will be 2 trebles to start into the same one. Chain 2 to physically turn, 1, 2, and just kind of turn your motif, and in the same one again 2 more trebles. So let's go along one whole span. So it's gonna be the opposite to what you just did here. So you're gonna get from taller to smaller to taller again. So the next 3 will be each a double crochet. So 1, 2, 3. The next 3 will be a half double crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3. And now we're back at the single crochet, so the next 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now we're gonna get taller, so the next 3 are half double crochet. So 1, 2, 3. The next 3 are a double. So 1, 2, 3. And now it's the new corner. So it's going to be 2 trebles to start. Chain 2 to turn your motif, and in the same one 2 more trebles. And I want you to do that all the way around. Okay, so you're gonna see that you're going from a square, or sorry, from a circle to a square. Please do this all the way around. I'll see you at the end of round number 8. When you get all the way back around, you're gonna have the last corner, but you need to get yourself to the single crochet, so you're just maintaining what you already know. So the next 3 here after the corner is 3 double crochet, and then the last 3 stitches that are left is 1 half double crochet in each. And you're going to join to the beginning, and it says that we're gonna fasten off. So join to the beginning single crochet and weave in your ends, and you should just kind of pull it down, just push it, stretch it out a little bit, and then you're good to go. It should be sitting flat at this moment. Let's begin round number 9 using the color A. As we continue along in this tutorial, we're going to go to the color A for round number 9. And in number 9, what's happening is that we need to change ourselves from an even number to an odd number. Jeanne and I have learned over the years that when you are doing fancy footwork stitches, it's always about having an odd number in order to make it work. It's not always the case, but majority of it is. So right now you're seeing an even number. So when we go to count the stitches, we're not counting the chain 2 spaces that are on the sides. It's just what's in between the spaces from one side to another. So as we begin round number 9, you're gonna notice that we're gonna have a lopsided corner. So we're gonna start off and we're gonna join, and one side of the corner is gonna have a total of 1 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. And that's kind of odd, right? Because usually it's 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, but in this case we want the one side to be only 1 double crochet so that we can get that odd count that we want. So without further ado, let's begin number 9 using the color A. So let's begin round number 9 and let's attach, and we're gonna chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna double crochet in the same one. So the odd number that's in the corner will be when it's going after the corners turning. So when we go into this one here, it'll be 1 double crochet, chain 2, and join. So it's only gonna be the second half that will be 1 double crochet. Or sorry, that'll be 2 double crochet. You're just gonna put 1 double crochet in each of the stitches all the way across to the next corner. Let me take you to the next corner, make sure you understand this, and then we'll move on in round number 9. So as the next one is the corner, let's just verify. So the first time into the corner it's 1 double crochet only, chain 2, and then this side of the corner is 2 double crochet, and that's what we mean by being odd. And that allows us to get the odd number that we need. Then you just do 1 double crochet into each and do the same thing for each of the corners, and I'll see you at the end of round number 9. When you get all the way around, don't forget you have to finish that first corner. So we're going to just one double crochet only to keep it an odd number, chain 2, and then slip stitch to the top of the chain 3 and fasten this off. And let's begin round number 10 using the color C. Let's begin number 10. Let's just join. So when we go to do this particular pattern that we're working on, our pattern, is that I want you to know that when we're going and doing this, it's usually the end of, we're doing the first part of a corner and then finishing it when we come back around. So just always remember that, unless I state otherwise. So we're gonna chain 3, which counts as your first double, and then double crochet into the same one like that. So now we're gonna do some front post and back post work. So just in the next one, do a front post double crochet. So wrap the hook, come in through the side, and then back through, and then pull through 2 and 2, and now the next one will be a back post. So make sure that you do try to get these tail ends in. So coming from the back side through the side of the next post and then back out and double crochet, and the next one's a front post. So in through the side, through the front side, and the next one from the back. And you're gonna do this all the way across. And then the corners will end up being 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and because we have changed it to an odd count, the very last one here, right here, should be a front post double crochet. So just maintain this pattern going all the way around. This is round number 10, and I'll see you at the end of this round. So come to the end of round number 10, you're going to chain 2 and then join it to the top of the first chain 3. I want to show you a mistake I did, and a mistake that I did not correct, but I just course corrected. So I like to design patterns where there's opportunities to be able to change things without really impacting it too much. So for example, the one side here I ended up with a wrong stitch. So here I ended up with an extra stitch. So when I go to try to simplify it down, you can barely see that it's there, but then that's because the camera's on it and you can see it. So I made 2 become a back stitch. So if I was to make 2 become the front stitch, you'll see that really quite obvious, but if you do the back stitch like this, like a back post, it can really hide it really well. So once we get building onto this, that will kind of disappear in your eyes because more of this Afghan will catch your attention. So if you're looking for projects or concepts like this where you can cheat the system, look for stuff like that where you can change it in the back in order to do it, or you can do 2 together stitches if you wanted to, but that was the way that he did it. So I had to actually maintain this pattern to do that. So one side was off, I don't know why, but I'm not gonna of course correct that at this moment because I know I can get away with it in the future because I've done that so many times in the past. Let's get rid of this yarn and move on to round number 11 using the color A. Moving on to round number 11 using the color A again, come right into a chain 2 space in the corner and attach it. Do a standing single, it looks better, or you can just attach chain 1, 1 single crochet, your call on what you would like to do. Now you're going to do that, and you are then going to apply 1 single crochet in each one of the stitches going to the other corner. In the corners you will do 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet, and you'll do this all the way around. Nice simple round, and then when we come back around we'll just join, we'll chain 2 and then join. I'll see you at the end of round number 11. Coming to the end of round number 11, just 1 single crochet in the final corner, chain 2, and then join to the beginning single crochet. And we're gonna get rid of this yarn and move on to round number 12 using the color B. Let's move along and using the color B, attach it to the beginning, chain 2 space of a corner, chain 3, and 1 double crochet into the same one, so that is counted as 2 double crochet. You're going to apply 1 double crochet in each of the stitches going all the way across, and then in the corners 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and that's all it is for round number 12. Continue this and I'll see you at the end of this round. So let's just chain 2 at the end of this round and slip stitch it to the top of the chain 3, and we're going to finish off this color and begin the final round of this week of doing this project. So let's continue along. Let's begin with color A here for the final round for this week, number 13. Let's just join it to a chain 2 space and do a standing single crochet, it looks nicer, or you can just chain 1 single depending on what you would like to do. So now we're going to do these front post trebles that are gonna reach down and give like a frosted like side of a cake look. So how we're going to do that is that we're just going to wrap the hook twice and coming into the first single crochet that you have right here with the same color with the pink, and then you're just gonna do a front post treble. So just going around the post only and coming back up. And that's going to count, when you're going to count this, see how there's 2 double crochets here? This is going to count as the first one of the 2. So the next 3 are going to be a single crochet. So 1, 2 and 3. And watch what we're going to do. We're going to do a 2 together front post treble. So we're going to come back and get this one that we just did. So wrap it and do the same one and pull through 2 and 2, but do not finish it, just leave it so that there's 2 left on the hook. And then you're gonna jump over 3. So just skipping 1, 2, 3, go to the 4th, wrap the hook and go into the 4th and pull through 2 and 2 and hold. You're now going to yarn over and pull through all 3, and that was a 2 together. So that one counts as the very next stitch in behind. So the next 3 in a row are each going to be a single crochet. So 1, 2 and 3, and then you're going to do that again. So it's just the first time that it's just on their own, and then the very last one on the end of the other side will also be on its own. So just wrap in the hook twice, come into the same one that you were just going in down here, pull through 2 and 2, but do not finish it, hold it, jump over 3, go to the 4th, pull through 2 and 2 and hold. There should be 3, pull through all 3. That counts as the very next one in behind. So just single crochet the next 3. Please do this all the way to the first corner, and I'll show you how to finish off the side, and then you start again, and then I'll leave the rest for you to complete for this round. So I'm coming close to the other side, and I'm coming into the last one, so that it's just a matter of keeping the right counts, which is happening, which is awesome. And I'm just gonna skip and do the next 3. So 1, 2 and 3. So remember what I said in the very beginning, that there was 2 and we skipped over the first 2, or we skipped over the first double crochet. There's 1 double crochet left, but you're still going to do your front post treble around the existing one, which will then count as that last treble. And then coming into the corner, you're just gonna single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and then you're gonna restart again. So to restart, wrap the hook, jump to the first single crochet down here, front post it, and that counts as the first double crochet that comes out of the corner. And then you're just gonna single crochet the next 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then start again. So around the same one, and then wrap again and skip 3 and go to the 4th over, and then that will count as that next stitch. So single crochet in the next 3. So please do this all the way around, and I'll see you at the end of this round, and that will conclude today's video, and we'll see you at the end of this round. When we get all the way back around, you're just doing your front post treble, which counts as your last double crochet, single crochet right into that chain 2 space, chain 2 and join. And that's it for this week, and you're gonna get rid of this color. We're gonna move on to some Catherine wheel stitching into the square next time, and I will see you then. Until then, get your homework done, and we hope to see you again real soon right on our social media, whether it's Yarnspirations or the Crochet Crowd. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.
So that's it for this week here in the Better Together, week number 1, and we're gonna head on into week number 2 next time. We'll see you again, and we hope to see your work in progress. Please use our hashtags, the Crochet Crowd, as well as Yarnspirations on Instagram. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.